Get up there and talk. Come on, Kat. Get up there and talk. Stand on the soapbox. You're such a good speaker. There are no jobs. There's only 500 jobs.
I'm going to sit on the soapbox. I am here because I guess my whole life, like from early childhood, I was very much interested in the idea of protesting. I wasn't okay with the way I saw things. I wasn't okay with the first cause I remember actually getting really riled up about was finding out that KFC was doing the things they were doing to their chickens back in the early 2000s. I got involved with animal rights and realized pretty quickly that the doors weren't open to talk about what they did to the food. It was really just, they're messing with the animals. It wasn't so much, you're eating those animals. You're eating those things. You're paying them to make you very, very, very sick. And once I was a little older and was able to grasp how big this problem was, I realized that animal rights was a symptom of a sickness that has taken over humanity. Apathy is destroying us. I watch every day as my little sister says, I appreciate what you're doing, but there's no point. There's no reason to try. I worked at Disney World for a while, and I grew up a Disney kid. My mom was named after a Mouseketeer. I grew up thinking Disney was everything. I wanted to be a Disney princess when I grew up. I worked for that company for a year, and I realized their employees were afraid to speak out about injuries. I realized that they were afraid to be 5 minutes late because the management didn't care about lying to make sure that they were obedient. If you questioned the system in any way, you lost your job. And it just grows further and further. And I ended up leaving the company when I found out that people were being arrested at Lake Eola Park for feeding the homeless. People every day were going down there being arrested for feeding the homeless. I did some research and realized that this could be in relation to a fountain that Disney has building on at Lake Eola, and a fountain that was coming up, and it's all money. It's all money. You have people being told that their presence is a nuisance to people who would be spending money in this area. While we're focusing so much on how to bring more money into Orlando, we are not focusing at all on the fact that we have hundreds of people every night who are being arrested for being parallel in a park. If you sit and lay down in that park where your body is tired, you are subject to arrest. If you go into that public bathroom that your tax dollars pay for and wash anything but your hands, you are subject to arrest. And this is all symptoms of money having a voice in our government. When you tell me that I can no longer care for my neighbor, you have taken away my reason for having pride as an American. And as a unit, we should be able to say, we as a society see a problem and we want to address it. And as long as corporations have personhood, we are not going to be able to bridge that gap. We are not going to be able to fight the powers that be that keep this situation in place until we take away the voice that's drowning all of ours out. And that is a paper voice that has no substance here and does not belong in our democratic system. And that's why I'm here.